This is the Sprouted Planner and I absolutely love it. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a review and walkthrough of how I use my Sprouted Planner, which I've used for the entire year of 2022, and sharing why I personally believe that planning, and specifically paper planning, is one of the keys to getting out of debt and ultimate financial independence. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, then just keep watching. So 2022 has been a very eventful year for me. I got married at the beginning of the year and now I'm expecting my first child coming up very soon. And I feel like this planner has been my faithful companion through the whole journey. I'm someone who likes to write and plan on paper to begin with. I find a tremendous amount of comfort and stress relief from just writing things out, whether it be lists or planning or whatnot. And I really enjoy seeing things written on paper as opposed to keeping event notifications in my phone, which I do for convenience, but there's nothing like planning on paper. So as a result, I have used paper planners for my entire life. So since, I'm gonna say, high school, pretty much onward. And I have planners from, my early days, and I keep those as kind of a reminder, and it's kind of fun sometimes to flip through. It's like a book of your life. So this is something that I've done for a long time, and over the years, I've really developed a system that works for me and that helps me to keep my days and my weeks and my months straight in order to A, be more productive, and B, see where I've been and be able to go back and look at my life in context. Because sometimes things happen in my life, for example, unexpected expenses, and I tend to get really kind of anxious about them, but I don't realize that in context, yes, they may seem huge and big and important at the time, and they are, but if I look at my life in context, I really see that these things come and go, and there's definitely an ebb and a flow to life and to money. And if I am on top of it, then I can really maximize and be able to plan for and use that ebb and flow to my advantage. So now I'll tell you how I found out about the Sprouted Planner and why I chose it for last year. So I purchased this in October of 2021. So right around this time last year is when I first found it. And I was looking for a very specific format I've developed kind of over the years, and I know the planner layout that really works for me, and there was nothing on the market that hit it exactly. So in the past, what I've done is sort of made my own planner format in like a Moleskine notebook or just a regular notebook. And that's what I've used, and it takes a lot of time, and it's often messy, and I don't love using a DIY version. So I was really on the hunt last year for a bound planner that had the layout that I was looking for, and I sat down one night and I Google searched absolutely everything I possibly could to find this exact layout. And the layout that I was looking for was a week on one page with a full week and a full weekend and notes on the facing page. So you would not believe how hard it is, or maybe you will if you've searched for something similar, how hard it is to find this exact format with a full weekend. And something that kills me about the Moleskine planners is that they do not have a full weekend. It drives me nuts. So that whole line is out for me. Pretty much almost every other line that I've looked at. I used to use one brand of paper planner and they changed their weekend to be a split weekend, and I'm like, I'm out, because my weekends are the busiest time of my week. So it was essential that I have a full weekend. So that's one of the things that I loved about this planner. And I was able to find maybe 2 or 3 other planner formats that did have this weekend. And I mean, after a lot of searching. The reason I chose this company is because it's a little bit smaller, it's women-owned, which many planner companies are, but I really fell in love with the story. This planner was created by Heather Liedl, and it was created during kind of a difficult season of life when she just needed something simple. And I'm like, I can relate to the simple. So I really appreciate her story and the reason why she created this planner. And if you check out the website, you can see that she does it kind of in honor of her dad, and makes a donation to the ALS Foundation every year in his memory. Here's the part where I also want to talk about planning and financial independence, because I believe that, at least for me, the two are very closely linked. So when I am intentional and I plan my week and my month out, I know that my spending just naturally falls in line with my values and where I would like it to go. It's just the process of being very, very intentional and deciding what I want to do with my money, as opposed to kind of being open to the whims of what goes on in life around me. So it's me directing my money rather than my thoughts and my whims directing my spending. And I feel like that's so important for achieving financial independence. We know that. If you've watched my channel at all, you know that that's something that I am continually relearning and learning better and unlearning bad habits in order to relearn and place in place better habits. So something that I really love about this planner, and I'll show you more in the walkthrough, is that there's space on this right-hand rail to kind of give you room to write out kind of whatever you want. And sometimes I feel these check boxes and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? But I really feel that the space there is essential, for me at least, in tracking my income and my expenses. That way I can look back and I can say, okay, this is where I was at this point in time, and give myself a perspective to say, this is where I was, however, this is where I want to be, or look at all the progress that I've made. So this is just one more tool to track progress and to track habits and behavior. And tracking behavior, as we know, is the key to changing or managing that behavior forward. Okay, so here's the planner from the beginning. And again, I've been using this since October-ish of 2021. Last year I started setting up, and it's held up so well. You can see there's very little corner wear there, and the corners are reinforced, and that's the back cover. So I really, really love the way this looks. So this is 7.5 by 9, and it's ring bound, obviously. So here we go. This is the opening page, and I just put some personal information there. It comes with this lovely thank you note and stickers. And you see a letter from Heather. And there's some instructions on how to use the planner if you want, intentions versus goals, the difference between the two. I haven't really done much here. I did have sort of a color key. Didn't really use that much. I haven't done this yet. I intend to go back and do this after the year. This is my year list, hopes for the future ahead. And there's some more paper there to use. So a couple things, you can see there are tabs for the month down the side. And you can see how I've used this to, again, track my spending. And just some notes I have. And this is what I do. This I also find really helpful to use on the month layout to see how other people organize theirs as well. So that's why I'm sharing this here. I always kind of wonder what to put here in the sidebar. It just is. I didn't put a ton there. The month start, I had my intentions, and then the month end, I came back and I recorded what I actually did, which I find helpful, both to see on paper and also kind of in my regular life. Here's some intentions and reflections. It's also a sense at the end, a section for reflections, which is fun to do and look back on. So that's how I use the planner in November. And then I also do keep notes back here. And I find that really helpful. There you go. I hope it's been helpful for you to see how I use my Sprouted planner to both plan my life and plan for financial independence. I will have a discount code linked below. It's WalletLife for 15% off your first orders. If you have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. Also, let me know if you use paper planning, what your favorite brand is and why you love it. I love hearing from you. And thanks again for watching. As always, I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.